going to get now into Game of Thrones, but not your typical Game of Thrones. It's going to be a little more interesting this time. We got Game of Thrones and AI as one.
Wait, what?
Okay, so we all saw, well, not all of us, I think Grim did too, the finale for Game of Thrones this season, which was really good. Now, for people like myself who finished the last book years ago, okay, and have been waiting for the next book forever, it feels like, which is crazy. The Dance of Dragons came out in 2011, people. Just saying. Anyway, so Winds of Winter was supposed to be out a long time ago. A long time ago.
Publisher's probably not happy with it.
Oh, they are not happy. But that's another discussion. So this guy went and fed all the first 5 books into a program called the Recurrent Neural Network. And that's over 5,000 pages worth of data to let this program predict and write the next book.
They just want it so bad.
We're gonna let a computer write the book.
Write the book, man. I can't wait for this dude.
Yeah. So
it's all gonna be in zeros and ones.
So, has anybody else read the book?
No.
Roger, Dave read the book?
I've never read any of them.
Okay. Well,
if you have them, I wouldn't mind.
I have all 5 of them. Well,
5?
All 5.
All 10 Bibles.
There's only 5.
There's 5 books. They're each about a little over 1,000 pages.
Again, all 10 Bibles.
Yeah. So they're all really good. So what I want to do is I want to get everybody's predictions before I read off what this actual computer wrote. So what are people's predictions going to happen in season 8?
Talking to me?
Yes. And Grim, if he's listening.
I haven't thought about that.
Rick is going to die.
Wrong show.
Hey, Rick, you gotta follow me.
Well, like we had discussed
Marty,
earlier,
come on.
Cersei's going to die from childbirth. I do believe that.
Okay.
I think Tyrion is the I think he's going to become a walker.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I think Jon Snow's going to realize that he's having sex with his aunt.
Okay, yeah, well, that's obvious. We know that's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Really hot.
And they're going to have a child.
Yeah.
And then they're going to actually agree to be the rulers together.
Yeah. Hence, the Song of Ice and Fire would make sense. But
I think the sisters are going to kill each other.
You're talking about Game of Thrones.
Can't get my turn. Okay, I want to
all
turn.
right, so, okay. Grim, your predictions before I read off what this book wrote.
Okay, copy these down because I guarantee these are right. Number 1, Bran is the Night King.
Okay.
And if you pay attention to the last episode, you'll know that. For example, there's a point where the Army of the Dead forms the Stark house sigil while they're walking. They literally form up into a wolf. Cersei is going to be killed by Jaime.
Yep.
And Jaime is the hero that is promised. And he's the one with the tragic hero rebirth story. It's not Jon. It's not Dany. It's actually Jaime.
No. Yeah. So he's going to be.
As for Dany, Dany's going to die. They foreshadowed that in the 2nd season when Drogo told her that he was waiting for her with their kid. I don't think there's going to be a happy ending at all. I honestly think that everyone's going to die.
All right. So wait. So John, you're saying that Jaime is Azor Ahai?
Yes.
Okay.
When he kills his sister, that will be the part in the story where you know how the part in the story says he stabs her through the gut to make Lightbringer.
Yes.
That's what he's basically going to kill her, and when he does, his hand is going to catch on fire.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because of Jorah. Is his name Jorah? What was that kid that was walking around with Bran?
That was walking around with Bran? No, the younger kid?
Yeah, the one that died in that like season 6. He was with Bran. He was bringing him to the woods and all that.
Oh, I don't remember his name, but anyway.
Well, anyway, there's a scene where his hand is burning, and they ask him about Ajor, and he looks at his hand on fire and doesn't say anything.
Up there.
And then there's a bunch of hints when Jaime is in the hot tub
the mic's in the way.
with Brianna, where he's talking about how his hand felt like it was on fire, even though his hand wasn't even there. These are all hints to him being the actual hero that was promised.
Yeah. No, you could be right. Okay.
There's more to it, but it would take hours to explain all the detail of this plot and theory that people
All
have
right.
going on.
So, my own predictions before I read off these is that Cersei.
You can't be You can't do that because you already know what the outcome is.
Well, no, I don't. I have my own outcome because I've had my own predictions since the end of the last book years ago.
Plus, we don't know what the outcome is because no one's read the last book yet. It's not even out yet.
Yeah,
It
so
won't be for a while.
my own prediction since I've read the last book, which was like 3 or 4 years ago, is that Cersei is going to die by Jaime's hand, just like Grim just said. And the way I think it's going to happen, I think within the first episode next season, Cersei is going to order the Mountain to kill Jaime. The Mountain's going to go to kill Jaime. The Hound is going to show up because he hasn't left King's Landing yet, and he already
Wait,
told
Jaime already left King Landing though. Jaime
No.
already left.
No, he's out in the front. If you actually look at the show notes.
Dude, oh my God! The end of the episode is him riding away. He looks back at King's Landing and he rides away.
No, I know, but they're
He's not
gathering.
there anymore.
No, they're gathering at the closest city. If you read the show notes, so they're not that far away.
They're supposed to meet at Wintersport, which is like it's past Harrenhal. It's like it's at least 10 to 20 days ride.
down.
All right. So,
I couldn't get it, so we can't watch this.
But this is his
Oh,
prediction.
man,
Let
no,
him get out his prediction.
all right,
Yeah, but he's also
all right,
I thought he
Grim.
was-
Just
Hey,
hold
Grim,
on.
it's his
The
prediction,
ending of the
though.
episode
Regardless
wrong.
if you think he's wrong or not, this is his prediction.
the end of the episode is not a prediction.
There's
I'm
a
just
way.
correcting him on what he's
Like I
getting
said.
wrong about the end of the episode.
All right, okay. So, what's going to happen is that Cersei's going to order the Mountain to kill him. The Mountain's going to go to kill him. That's where the Hound's going to show back up to kill his brother. The Hound will kill the Mountain. That is definitely going to happen.
Yep.
And then Jaime is going to march into King's Landing and kill Cersei and their unborn child, and most likely become Azor Ahai. You guys-
I don't think she's actually pregnant either. I think
All right.
she's using that to try and control Jaime.
Yeah, she is. So this is where he realizes he needs a breakaway, and what's going to really sway him to do this is going to Brienne of Tarth. Is going to be the one that pushes him over the edge to go, you know what, you really need to fight for the right side. You're better than this. And that's what's going to happen. He can put an end to, this horrible, thing that has happened between him and his sister and move on.
I actually think it might be Tyrion instead because I think she might actually kill Tyrion at one point. Because remember, she's turning on all them. She
All
tricked
right.
them all.
All
I
right.
think she's going to kill Tyrion.
All right, so Grim, well, let me get to this further. So then what's going to happen after that is that you're going to have the rest of them going to fight, and most likely we're going to see most of Westeros wiped out by the White Walkers. Most of all the way up to probably the Riverlands is going to be completely decimated.
You mean all the way down?
Yeah, it's going to be decimated
Yeah,
by the White
'cause they're
Walkers.
coming from the north.
And when the Golden Army shows up, okay, so in the books, this is where I'm getting this from because this character has not shown up in the show at all, and there's still a chance for him to show up, and he could be the leader of the Golden Army that Cersei is buying, who, is the missing child.
I'll be really angry
Who-
if that's how they switch young Griff.
So, so you know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah, I'll be really pissed off because young Griff has nothing to do with them, and he's a freaking Targaryen, and he wants her head. So why would he help her?
No,
You know
so
what I mean?
hold on, Grub. So, what my prediction is for the show, because it's going to be different from the book, Aegon Targaryen the Fourth is going to be leader of this Golden Army, and that's going to cause a big rift between him and Jon Snow. And obviously, my own prediction also is that Daenerys is going to die. George R. R. Martin himself said years ago that the only people that survive after all 7 books is 2 characters
Golly.
out of all of them. So that's a lot of people
Night
dead.
King.
And I know for a fact, most likely one of those characters is Sam Tarly, because he's the one that wrote this story, Song of Ice and Fire, telling about what happened to Westeros. So we don't know who the other one is.
I think the other one is Bran.
Is Bran?
I think the Night King is eternal, and I think people are going to realize that the Night King's actually not the bad guy, because he's fighting for the tree folk or whatever they are, the forest folk that were
Yeah.
butchered by the first man, and the Starks are all part of that. In fact, I think the first Night King was a Stark, and I think Bran is the Night King now.
I think the Night King is a Targaryen.
Because the Night King in the past was a former member of the Night Watch,
Yes.
of the Night's Watch, and the theory is that it was either Bran the Builder or another member of the Stark family, which is why the sigil popped up at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and we also, the speculation is that now Starks definitely most likely have White Walker blood in them. We have had 2 Starks that came back from the dead. So there's a lot of these people are unnatural. So
I just liked how the dragon took down the wall.
yeah, that was awesome. So we'll have to wait for season 8. In my own prediction for the book, people, for all you fans of the book is going to be nothing like the season you just watched. So, and even the directors said themselves, they said, we know we screwed up the timeline. We're not fixing it. That's how it is. This is how the show goes. So that's distinctly what they said anyway. So they're going their own route at this point, which is fine. I'd like to be surprised when I'm reading the book, when I'm reading the last 2 books, which is
Do you
cool.
think that Wildwind guy that was on the wall died?
No, he was if you watch the scene, he's on the very edge of the wall that's still up as the rest of the wall falls.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still there.
Because I really would like to see him hook up with that female knight.
Well, I don't think that, because I think him and Jamie are gonna most likely.
And not his aunt.
Yeah. Brienne of Tarth and Jamie are most likely gonna eventually hook up.
I don't think that they're ever going to get the chance to hook up. Like I said, because
They'll probably
of
die,
the
yeah.
situation.
What
The
about-
situation with the armies and everything leads me to believe that Jamie's never going to get north in the
Yeah.
first place, because he's going to have to rally the Lannisters. Like the Queen's army is not her army. It serves her because she's a Lannister. But as soon as Jamie takes up the mantle as lead of House Lannister, that army no longer serves her. They serve Jamie and the Rock.
The only
Yes.
reason they're serving her is because she paid them with gold.
Yeah, and she also just bought the Golden Army.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
but my point is that they are loyal to the Lannister army, and if Jamie goes and takes up
Trying to fit.
the name Lannister and actually is
Sure.
the succession like he's supposed to, they will probably follow him. Especially since he's a real leader and she's a psychopath.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true. Very true.
If I inhale too much, I'm going to knock Manny off the sofa.
You 3 stop complaining. There's plenty of space on that couch.
Okay. So that was Game of Thrones. People, we'd love to hear your predictions over at Podbean. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you can go leave comments over at Podbean. You can also leave comments on our fan page over at Facebook. You know, also we have a Twitter account. Also, you can go message us there. Let us know your theories on Game of Thrones Season 8, whether you're a book reader or just a showrunner. Either way, let us know.